Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Iron Line Podcast. I'm your host, Nate Stewart. We got a good one here today. I'm getting a lot of new followers. I think this is a good time to do this podcast. I'm going to talk today how Iron Lion, how we practice what we preach. This is really huge. It would be very hypocritical of me to not utilize our services. So I'm going to talk about that. And another big thing that a lot of our clients or potential clients have questions about is their first time on camera. When we work with a new client, getting comfortable on camera and how we help you with that. So two big things. So let's get into it. So I've taught before how, your only responsibility is to show up on film day, set aside 4 hours. And look what I'm doing right now. I'm taking time out of my day, the middle of the afternoon, set up all my equipment. I got other stuff I got to do, but I know the importance of social media content and just relaying valuable information to my audience to establish myself as the professional and expert in what I do to gain trust over time so that eventually when people reach out to me, it's an easy decision. They've seen the content, they know what I'm all about, they know that this is literally what we do. But none of that happens if I don't take the time to film. So I'm proving to you right now that this is what I do. And here's the next biggest step. I do not do any of the other I do not do any of the other work. I don't do the rest of the process. I don't handle it. I don't handle the editing. I don't do the scheduling. I don't do the posting. I don't do the copywriting. Why? Because I'm the owner of my business, and that is a whole other job. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I started Iron Lion, so that we're not all driving ourselves crazy trying to create content on a daily basis. As an owner, I don't even want to do my own work, even though this is what I do. I use my team for the editing, for the posting, scheduling, the copywriting, all that stuff. And it's so important that the only thing I'm responsible for as the owner is to take the time to sit down, use my own gear that we use for all of our clients, and record the content. We are going to save you so much time, stress, and energy so that you can focus that back onto the business. And I am so confident in that it's going to work because I utilize Iron Lion's services, even though I'm the owner of Iron Lion. Now, how do I prove that what we do works? Okay. This is a big question that I get from people, or that I'll even ask business owners. I always ask if they're running paid ads. Are you running paid ads? Are you actively having leads come in? Are you following up with them? And are sales good? A lot of times people come to us thinking that social media is going to be the save all, that's going to save their business. I'm going to start using social media and all these new clients are going to see me and they're all going to do business with me. And I hope that's what happens. Obviously, that's the goal, right? But you can't bank on that alone, organic social media content alone, to suddenly increase sales for your business, because we're not really selling anything with social media. That's where paid ads come into play. So how do I know that paid ads work? If you've been following me recently, and we just got a whole bunch of new followers, we are currently running paid ads here in Burlington County, New Jersey. And what happens is I have a high ad budget, and people are constantly seeing me every day on Facebook and Instagram. I only advertise on Facebook and Instagram because we're a video service, and Facebook and Instagram tends to favor videos as opposed to like Google and other platforms out there. So I run my ads on Facebook and Instagram, and I target the area directly. Only Burlington County. I have a high ad budget, and that ad isn't being seen by anyone else except business owners in Burlington County. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I'm pounding people every day with my ads. They're seeing me every day on Facebook and Instagram, every day, 4 or 5 times. They're knowing me, they're liking me, they're trusting me. Maybe they see an ad and they want to go to my Facebook and Instagram page. Daily content with value. So maybe they're not ready to make a decision yet, but they see the ad and they want to go to my page to learn more. Then they see all this organic, free, valuable content that's posted regularly where they can make a more informed decision. See how it kind of all goes hand in hand? It's also vice versa. Someone might see a post on their feed, the algorithm, your post ends up in their feed, they end up following you. Next thing you know, if you're running ads, they're getting rocked by ads. This is why it's so important to use both. And how I know this works is because it's literally how I've grown my business. I run paid ads. I get people out there who have never heard of me before to know me, to at least get in touch with me. And then this is where the magic happens, okay? This is where the magic happens with paid ads. When someone gets on a call with me and they see me through a paid ad, this is the best script I give them. Steal this script. This is gonna blow people away. Hey, thanks for reaching out to Iron Lion. Maybe I wouldn't word it that way. I would say something like, "Hey, thanks for reaching out." Um, and then I get on, I have a conversation with them, and eventually we get to a point where we talk about paid ads. Okay, and this is the gold here. And I'll ask them, "Hey, do you know how I know that paid ads absolutely work and that you're going to be seen by new people who have never heard of you before?" And they're like, "How so, Nate? How can you be so sure?" And I say, "We are on this call right now through a paid ad. The proof is in this conversation right now. You had never heard of me or my business until you were targeted directly as a business owner in this particular county. And we're solving a problem that you have, the social media content creation and posting every single day." And then I'll leave it there and they're like, "Oh my God, you're right." And then I say, "Don't you want the same thing for your business? To be seen constantly on Facebook and Instagram every day, people who have never heard of you. This is how you generate good leads. This is how you get the leads to come in. You've got to pay these platforms to put your stuff in front of people who have never heard of you and are willing to do business. It's how I've grown Iron Lion 100%. Okay? So when I say that social media content creation and running ads, I do all of it and I use my own team. And then I tell people if they want the same, like how they got on a call with me, we use the exact same service. We use the exact same equipment. We use the exact same managers, the exact same editing team. Everything is consistent across the board. That's why I'm so confident in what we do. And everyone that I have on board on my team kicks ass. They're just such good workers and do an amazing job. So this is the main takeaway there is you've got to do both. You've got to run paid ads. You got to be seen by people who have never heard of you. The ads need to be engaging. That'll be another podcast. We talk about how to make engaging ads that actually convert so you get qualified leads instead of people who are just going to kick tires and waste your time. That'll be another topic. But in addition to the paid ads, you got to run organic social media content creation. That's where we come in. Okay. We'll come to you. We'll film monthly, edit, schedule, and post everything on a daily basis so you never miss a day. Okay. Now, I wanted to talk about this part of what we do also. And that's when people first start working with us. Again, I'm doing this now because I'm actively running ads and I get new followers every single day, just following me from the ad. People who have never heard of me, following me, knowing me, and now they're getting value with the content that I'm putting out there, right? But let's say someone reaches out and they're ready to do business, right? They're like, "Hey, I'm ready to go on camera, Nate." But they are scared shitless, just like bobblehead Nate here, to go on camera. Straighten this guy up here. Don't you agree they need to just suck it up and go on camera? That means yes. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, don't allow the fear of the camera prevent you from promoting your business. Okay? Get over that fear. And this is how I will help you get over that fear, myself and the team at Iron Lion. The first thing is just when we come and greet you. I never show up with all my equipment. I leave it all in the car. If this is our first shoot, I'm going to greet you with a handshake, say it's nice to meet you. I'm so excited to be here today. That alone just alleviates some of the pressure and the anxiety, knowing that, hey, you're in good hands with the person that's going to work for you. We're not so eager about setting things up. We want to talk a little bit, maybe game plan, okay? Then what this does is it allows you to conversate, it allows you to open up. Then what we do is make sure that you're just comfortable. People always ask me, this is funny. People always ask before their first shoot, "Hey, can you give me the questions you're going to ask us during the interview?" Guess what my answer is every single time? No. And here's why. If I gave you the questions before the interview, this is what's going to happen. You're going to overthink, you're going to try to memorize it, and you're going to come across way too scripted. You're going to be like, Hello, I'm Nate Stewart, and my business is Ironline Digital. Huh, you're not going to be your true, authentic self. I don't give questions. What we do is an interview, conversation style. And what we found is by doing that is we're going to get the most authentic, real, raw answers from you. And that is what's going to resonate with your audience. They're going to look at you and be like, man, this dude just, and we're not throwing anything out there that you're not familiar with. I'm going to be asking you questions about your business. Hopefully, you know your business. So, when it comes to going on camera, yes, I get it. There's lights, there's mics, there's a camera, there's a dude like me. Luckily, I'm a good looking dude. I think that helps. I'm not ugly, right? I don't think I'm ugly. That's besides the point. We make sure that you're comfortable before you go on camera, and it's a conversation style, and we're not talking about anything except the business. And the great thing is, what we do, and this will tie into another social media topic from the podcast. The great thing about what we do is none of it is live television. So a lot of times people will be like, "Hey, I say and like, so, because a lot. Can you just double check and make sure that I don't sound like an idiot?" I can't tell you how many times people have told that to me. Like, make sure I don't sound like an idiot. Well, again, we eliminate all filler words. And what I tell people when we record is, don't worry about that. Don't worry about stumbling. Don't worry about pausing or not knowing what you're going to say. We won't put that in your final video. Like, that's why we edit. And it's totally normal for people to talk like that if they're not comfortable or familiar talking on camera on a regular basis, right? So people get really worried about that. They get worried about their appearance. They get worried about how they're going to sound. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that, again, just like anything, if you're doing for the first time, you're probably not going to be good at it right away. But if you do it over time, month after month, you'll get to critique yourself on camera. You'll get to see what you do right, what you do wrong. Some of your mannerisms, like, I didn't know I talked with my hands that much. Okay, maybe I need to chill with that. Or maybe I say like too much, like every other word. You'll catch yourself. Okay, but recording and getting it on camera, it will not be perfect at first. Was it perfect when you started your business? No, nothing is perfect at first. But with time and consistency and doing it over and over again, you're going to get a lot better. And we help you with that. I can say confidently, that anyone who's ever worked with us leaves much, much better, in a much better mood. The anxiety is practically gone after they work with us because they realize, hey, these guys really did make me feel comfortable and I'm in good hands. Okay? I have got to find a stand for my bobblehead. Um, if anyone has recommendations before I go on Amazon, let me know, but that thing keeps falling and it's pissing me off. Okay? So another way we help you on camera is we provide you with content ideas. So a lot of people think that when we show up, we're just showing up and, hey, what are we filming today? That is not the case. In a lot of cases, we'll be filming, and because of our expertise or because we see things from an outside perspective, we'll ask, hey, what's going on here? Tell me about that. Oh, that's, so-and-so. And a lot of times the owner may think that that particular thing is not significant or worth viewing, but we will. And I'll be like, yeah, tell me about that and we'll record it. We'll get some B-roll to cover it up. So right then and there's a video idea for the day, for the week. So there's a lot of different ways that we come up with content ideas. We use ChatGPT. If you're ever wondering how to get the content ideas, throw it in ChatGPT. Hey, give me 30 video content ideas with engaging hooks and valuable information that establish me as the professional and expert in my field. Make it engaging and worth watching, and you'll get it. And then there's no excuse. The argument that I don't know what to film is entirely eliminated. Like, if anyone comes to me with that, just be prepared because I'm coming after you. I'm going to get angry. All right. You have all of these things going on. You have interviews, testimonials, how-tos, instructional, educational. Content is endless. How we frame it, how we tweak it to make it relevant to your business, that's all what we do, So don't use the excuse that you don't know what to come up with. We help you with that. And again, just overall, like, to wrap this up, I've been doing this for years. I mean, honestly, like, at the end of the day, it's just like you and your business. You've got to be able to trust the person. I mean, trust is everything with what we do, especially when it comes to recording you and your business and putting it out on social media for the world to see. You need to trust that person. You also give us access to all your back-end information for social media, your login information. We're logging in there manually posting. Like, you need to trust the team. Just trust that we know what we're doing. This is what we do, is social media content creation. It's what we do. So ultimately, you have to just kind of let go of things. Clients I find that just want too much control or they're particular about this or that, it's usually not a good fit. The ones who trust us and know that they're in good hands with us because this is literally what we do on a daily basis are the ones who succeed. They're the ones who understand that, okay, there's a reason why these guys do things the way they do. Okay? So, just to recap, I utilize Iron Lion Digital myself as the owner of Iron Lion Digital. All I do is exactly what I require from all my clients. Take the time, set aside, and film your content. It may not be a podcast like this. It probably won't be. It's probably going to be at the site of your business, which is what you should be doing. For what I do, I'm remote. I work in my office. This is how I create my content. I can also create content by having someone film me while I'm filming clients. I've done that before. So I utilize my service. I utilize my ad service. I utilize my editing service because as the owner, I don't want to spend all my time doing this on my own, and you shouldn't either. Okay, so run paid ads. You've got to have organic social media content creation every day. That's where we come in. Running paid ads helps you get seen by people who have never heard of you before. And the last part is getting comfortable in front of the camera and just pulling the trigger and doing it, and knowing that you're working with an expert who's going to make you feel good. See this right here behind me? That's an Emmy nomination, all right? When I was in TV news, we were nominated, my morning show, for an Emmy. So if not for nothing, you're working with someone who is qualified and has literally, I mean, years of experience interviewing people, telling stories, and shooting and creating content. All right. That's going to do it for the Iron Line podcast, everyone. If you like this episode, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.